Welcome to Echoes of Reason, where we explain how the world around us works and how we, as individuals, are a part of it. Like power.
What is power?
Power is when a person A moves a person B to do certain things which he would otherwise not do so.
For example, such as capitalism.
Like capitalism, you believe power resides in capitalism?
Yeah, if we take politicians as body A, if we take a politician as body B and the capitalist around us as body A, so actually they're making policies which are benefiting the capitalist. For example, if I am running for a campaign, so I need a lot of resources, a lot of wealth to run my campaign. And for that I need capitalist. So it's actually the one having a lot of wealth is the one who is holding the excess of power. So the excess of power is basically in the capital. If one is having a lot of capital, he is having a lot of wealth, and this generates an individualistic society. Like, I'm a person, so I'll be relying on, okay, I have a lot of capital. Oh, if I don't have a capital, I have to collect a lot of capital to sneak into that excess of power. See, like,
To become a part of
course, this. See, so capitalism is basically, it creates an individualistic society where when you're born, you are having this thing in your mind that, okay, I'm going to collect a lot of resources and wealth. Why? Because I need power. Why? Because I need to make policies. Why? Because those policies would help me run my business. And that's why I have to hire politicians.
So unlike popular opinion, people believe politicians have power.
Yeah,
You think that
strange thing.
it's not the politicians who holds the reins. It's the masters of capitalism that holds the reins of the politicians.
You see, the trick here is like in other kind of social theories, or the states like such as Rome. Like the Roman at least know that the excess of powers is with people who are sitting in the Senate, and in like other societies such as even in imperialism, people think that the power is with imperialist, or in anarchy, people know where the power is. In kingdom, so people know where the power is. In monarchy,
It is clearly defined. Like in those systems, power is clearly defined that such and such people should have power.
The funny thing about capitalism is that in capitalism, no one actually know where the power is.
Oh, so it's all based on resources. A common man can get so much resources.
Yeah,
he
because
can hold the power.
If I have wealth, I know how to hide it. I'm an individualistic person. I will have to see my individualistic gains. So what are my individualistic gains? They all rely upon wealth. I need a lot of wealth. So a politician is earning wealth through his charisma. Everybody has a profile for it. I'm a good politician, or I'm good at speech. But yeah, I need a proper arrangement of system where people can gather around me and they can listen to me. What people don't realize is that who is giving this much wealth for the arrangement, and if someone is spending this much wealth for the arrangement, isn't he or she expecting something to get out of it?
Okay, so should we think, according to you, that these politicians who decide policies for the upcoming government,
Yeah.
they are being told, the people of the masters of capitalism,
Well, it's not that much clear.
such policies should be implemented in order for their personal gains,
Yeah.
so that they should benefit from the government.
Of course, the policies.
And
that
so,
is- yeah.
so the masters of capitalism, they fund the government, they fund the politicians. Politicians implement certain policies who help those masters of capitalism. And the common folks, they just listen to the chantings and these slogans of the parties. They are just like, they're dancing to the music, and the real game is played between the masters of capitalism and the politicians. While the common folk, they are unaware of all these.
They came up with this idea of freedom. So they were saying, let's create this feeling where people would think they are free, but they're not actually free. No one is free. So, like capitalism say that they will create a tax haven.
Oh, so you think that according to capitalism, they make certain needs,
Yeah.
and people follow these needs.
Of course,
They
need is
feel the
created.
urge to follow these needs.
Every capitalist to come to a market is to create a need of everything. Now, every small thing is needed now. So,
Yes,
they just
They create
suck out the money from the
they
market.
create more and more needs.
Mhm.
With these needs, they
Mhm.
accumulate the resources.
And they say that the market is free. It's never free.
And all
It's
of us
never
are
free
customers.
from
All of us are
intervention.
consumers.
Of course, they think that the market is free. It's not free. The market is controlled by the policymakers. Now, if the market is controlled by the policymakers, so who are the policymakers? They're the politicians of the country.
And
Now,
who controls the politicians?
of course,
Masters of capital.
the one who is having a lot of wealth is the one who is controlling a lot of politicians.
So as you can see, as we have explained this much, it means that the power resides in the upper classes. Like the politicians, they implement strategies and they implement all the policies. They form the government obviously, and they implement these policies, and they are driven towards these policies by the masters of capitalism. So it's the power game between them. How does the mass consumers and people like us come into play?
Well, we are the mass consumers. See, there are trends. Like when it comes to individualistic society, there is no collective goal. There is no collective end to it. There is no collective association where everybody can associate itself with it. So there is this gap of identity. Now, like capitalism has no solution how to fill the gap between the people who are having a lot of wealth and the consumer, the mass consumer. They have no plans for it. The problem with it,
You believe that capitalism creates classes,
of course, it
the class difference.
yeah, that's something else, but that comes with it. But the main issue of this is that there comes a problem where people lose their individuality. Like when you're following an individual cause, then at certain times you need an identity. Like there is a lack of identity, so people, what they do, they try to get an alternative way for identity. Now you would see there are a hell of genders. Now,
Yes.
there are a lot. See, if someone has no individuality, so he's coming up with new theory,
New things to
Yeah,
associate
so-
themselves with.
yeah, they would say, okay, we are not satisfied with being a male because being a
So
male.
we identify as attack helicopters. That was one thing.
Yeah. So
Capitalism creates trends
Yeah,
for
they-
us to follow.
yeah, and we are the mass consumer following it. So for that trend, I need such things. So the capitalists
Okay.
come and they say,
That's where needs come in.
yeah, I should be giving them that need. Oh, this is your need. So the need is identified. That's the basic of marketing.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
So a need should be identified, and then they will create linkages between that. Oh yeah. So an alternative way of identity is chosen, and that even further destroy the society as a whole completely. So you are the mass consumer.
Okay, so-
You are the target of market.
So in short, that the capitalists, they create needs,
Yeah.
they create trends.
Yeah.
In order to follow that trend,
Mm.
they create needs
Yeah.
for those trends.
Yeah, yeah.
We follow those needs, and
We
through
become a
those
mass
needs,
consumer.
we become consumers,
Yeah.
and they accumulate their wealth and resources.
Of course.
Okay, it's
Of
wrong.
course, guys,
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
I was asking about this.
Yeah.
The leading capitalist state, I think, is America.
Yeah.
As you can see, that they have
Freedom of
excelled.
speech. Yeah.
They have excelled in their economy, and they have a strong. Everyone believes they have a strong economy.
Of course.
At least better than ours and the South Asian states.
Yeah.
So, what are your views about that? Is
America has standard in everything,
Yes.
but they have no standard when it comes to economy.
America is the leading economy?
Yeah, they do. They do. What America do? America is, the dollar. Have you heard about the dollar dictatorship?
No, enlighten us.
Yeah, the dollar dictatorship is that a lot of countries around the world who are following capitalism and freedom of speech and freedom of everything that
Yes.
comes with it. So they hedge their economy against the dollar. This means if demand in their country is increasing, this will generate a demand for the dollar. And
Okay,
at the end of the day,
and
since
America
there's
supplies dollars.
yeah,
And there is nothing to back
they're just
dollar.
printing money. They're just
Yes,
printing money.
unlimited
Yeah,
supply of money.
of course.
We have explained the role of the mass consumers, the politicians, masters of capitalism. But there is one thing that remains, and he is such a big player, and I think you know about that. Where do banks come into play?
Ah, that's an interesting thing. I think we'll see you in the next podcast. Stay with us and stay at home. Thank you so much.